he wanted to in my neighborhood. He could touch anything. He could make anything stop or go in my neighborhood because he had an understanding of what was going on in my neighborhood. My father was dead since I was 5 years old. A lot of the kids in there their fathers been gone their whole lives. We had a power center. We had a place to go from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. Miss Ruth is right here. Shout out to Miss Ruth. She one of the people. I was in her program probably from 3rd grade to 6th grade. I had somewhere to go. Now I ain't been back. I'm not that, I don't know what type of programs they have deep in our neighborhoods, but yeah, yeah, and we'll help your program too. I see your program, you're always doing it. We'll make sure we hold you down too. But we ain't have that, nobody don't have that. And we had a cop in our neighborhood that could relate to us, that built with us, that ain't sent us to jail for any single thing. You do wrong, you get wrong. If you play right, you get right. You know what I'm saying? If you're a criminal, you know jail come along with that. If you're not, you might still land in jail sometimes, but you should get your way. And that was just an example. Basically, if anybody from the North Philly area, Burt, Caesar B. Moore, Tyrone Crawley, and if you came to him for anything, he had his hands so deep in my neighborhood. He was like a father figure to some of the kids, and I think programs and the understanding, and we have a job to do ourselves to bridge this gap and just make it work.
No, I think that's a good point, or a great example of like how it can work. But the next question, I guess, would be, do you think that when there's so much distrust between the community and the police department, or there's this kind of reputation for a department, do you think that has an effect on public safety? Like, for instance, they showed that map and we're talking about how gun violence and homicides are on a rise right now in Philadelphia. That's where we want the focus, for our officers to be on. We want them to be able to solve those, but they're only doing that they only make an arrest about 44% of the time.
But if I was in Philly, if I came back to Philly and I had to live in a bad environment where a lot of violence was happening, and this is not my situation, and you got people being killed around my way every day, I would think criminal to get a firearm, because I would think to protect myself because my neighborhood not safe. If I don't think I could walk to the store without being killed, because 10 people was killed in my neighborhood in the last 2 weeks, it's not safe. So criminality, the crime rate will go up. It's not safe in the area. If I don't think I could walk 10 steps without losing my life, you don't think I might pull this trigger a little fast and shoot a little kid or shoot somebody scared for my life because this area is not safe? It's going to be a lot of violence. There's going to be a lot of things happening because these things not safe. If I was in Miami and it was time to go to the club tonight, I would go to the club. A rapper job is dangerous. We lose our lives, we get shot at. I would go to the club. But now you tell me that I want to go to the club here, you know why? 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't go. When you come outside, it ain't no police outside. So what we got to turn to? Our friends that got gun license. You got to survive just to stay alive. So if it ain't safe, I have money, I got resources, I got a backing. So I don't have to resort to criminality, but I know I come from that life. I'm not that far away. I know a person, if you don't feel like you're safe and you living in a place, this is what it's gonna be. So, I think we're gonna have to understand, and y'all know the hot zones where I be out of town 9 months out of the year. I know where they shooting at in Philly every day. I know what blocks don't ride down with no tinted windows. I know where the crime area is at. So, we gotta get an understanding and I think come together and really put this thing to the forefront, because I see a lot. We got like 2-year-old girls and stuff getting shot in the head. If the cops, we come from, every place has a code. The union got a code, police got a code, the streets has a code. If you don't want the police to handle it, who gonna handle these guys shooting little girls in the head around our way? Somebody gonna do something about it or make these guys move out of our neighborhood? So it has to be some type of bridge that gotta be gapped amongst whatever our communities built and the relationship between the police. It got to be bridged. If it's not going to bridge, it'll forever be separated. And I don't think anything could be done about it until both sides step up. And, we here, we talking today. We ready to step up. I don't know any police officers in the building today, but after this, I hope we could just build and make things work. Because I would love to hang on my grandma's block and sit on my grandma's step, but I don't think that's the safe thing for me to do. If I sit on my grandma's step, I think it would have to be a secure firearm there for me myself, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to. So
And I
you know,
think,
there's so many ways you could go about it.
yeah. And finally, this would be the